Hello and welcome to another OT Weekly. We are on day 4 of our Wildflower Week crafts. So today you can see that my flower collection behind me is growing, and these are all flowers you can find in Japan and all videos that you can see on the channel. So today's flower is the blue one that you see behind me. It is known as the common bugle in English, and in Japanese, again forgive me, it is Seijun Hito. That is so interesting. So the name translates to Western 12 layer. Very interesting because this flower has tons of layers building up. The other thing that was very interesting, when I was looking up information on the name to try and know more about it, I found repeatedly when I looked up the Japanese name, the Jeun Hito part of it would show up as a 12-layer kimono that's traditional in Japanese clothing. So that is really neat that this flower has some sort of connection to the kimonos of Japan in its name. It comes from Great Britain or Ireland. So that is where the western part of it comes from, the Seijun or Seiyo. So we are going to draw that today. And what's really neat about this plant is it has what's called fluorescence. So it creates its own shine, meaning it looks like there's light on it, which there is. It's made its own. Amazing. You need very few supplies for today. We are going to have a purple crayon and a green crayon. Check it out. And a piece of paper. It can be any color. I just have blue, and that's it. So we are going to try and create this fluorescence by having the purple shine through. We're going to start with our green crayon. And hopefully you can see a little bit more of my paper today. We're going to start from the bottom, and you're going to go all the way up. This one is a relatively straight up and down plant. It's pretty thick in terms of its stem, so you're just going to go a line straight up. So you can hold on to the bottom, start at the bottom and come all the way up, where when we're writing letters, we always want to start at the top and come down. The next thing you'll want to do is start to do your leaves. So the first set of leaves, you're going to do very big and leave them open. Don't color them in yet. Now your leaf, you're going to start from the bottom. You're going to make a curve, and then you're going to take your other crayon to meet it. Just like that. And you're going to do the same on the other side. And you're going to continue going up. Make your leaves different sizes, but keep them open in the middle for this round, if you will. Continue all the way up. Make them get smaller as they start to reach up towards the top. Okay, the next thing that you want to do is take your purple crayon on half of your leaf. So we're going to draw a line in the middle with our purple. What you're going to do is what's called cross hatching. This is a very cool technique in art that helps create a shadow or an illusion. So what you're going to do is do diagonal lines, which we've been working on our videos when we did our kite drawing videos. You can check that out if you haven't done that one yet. You're going to do diagonal lines down, go all the way towards the line, and try and do as many as you can. You can do them big and small. And then you do diagonals in the opposite direction to give it what's called that crosshatch. So you can turn your paper a little bit if that helps you out, and you're going to have your lines go through each other. Diagonal lines all the way through. And you'll see it creates this neat little effect. And they don't have to go all the way down either. You're going to do that on the rest of your leaves. So if you alternate, that's also really neat effect-wise. I'm going to go pretty fast to get through it, but you can take your time. You can also pause this part of the video. The crosshatch is always one of my favorite ways to add shadow and depth, and it's just a neat little thing that makes it look a little bit more professional, I suppose. And they don't have to be perfect by any means because you are just creating that illusion. Keep your purple in your hand. Now you're going to create some purple leaves. Try and give a little space in between and match the shape that's nearby. So if your leaves are a little bit bigger in that area, make the purple ones about the same size. And give them smaller at the top. So it kind of looks like that so far. Now you're gonna take your green and you're gonna cross hatch on the purple. So down the middle, give your lines. And again, I'm moving pretty quickly because I would like this craft to be something that you could come back to and pause when you need more time, but that we can get through the whole thing pretty quickly. Adding my crosshatch all the way through. And then you're gonna add in some regular green leaves throughout. So these ones, you're gonna make them a little darker, so push down a little bit harder on your crayon and color them in. That will give us, again, another illusion. Now these ones don't have to match the size of the leaves around them. And you're gonna really wanna push down so you can get darker color, a darker green. If you have a darker green crayon in your crayon box, that's also super cool. I'm keeping it to just the crayons that I have, which is a pretty standard box. Sneaking in my green, dark leaves. And then what I'm gonna do is color over lightly on the greens that I colored in with my purple crosshatch. Notice that I'm coloring all in one direction. And I'm not coloring with this kind of motion or this motion. It's just coming from my fingers with a little bit of movement from my wrist. So I'm keeping that all nice and stable. Color in all the greens that you can. Now this part, for me, is always the most relaxing because I can stop what I'm thinking in my brain and just focus in on my coloring. That's always really nice. Okay, then you're gonna do the same with your purple leaves. Go over the top, color those babies in. You can add a couple purple leaves in if you'd like. If you have glitter at home, you can also add a little bit of glitter and glue onto your leaves to create that little bit of shine that they have. I'm not going to do that today, but you can get as creative as you like with it. Okay, and now for the final part of this drawing. We're gonna have to add in the little flowers. They kind of look like little circles, especially as they come up towards the top. So I'm gonna start by making little circles, just like that, and kind of build on top of them. And just go all the way down the stem, trying to keep close to the leaves, and none of them come too far away from the stem. And I'm pushing down kind of hard on this one, but I'm just making a couple circular motions so that I can have my beautiful flowers that are hiding in there. You can add as much or as little detail as you'd like. That is the coolest part about art. It can be however you'd like it to be. And check it out. This is our common bugle or our Western 12 layers. Until next time.